during Lent, I've been preaching the voice of somebody from one of the readings. And there's been a number of people that we've heard from. Sarah and Abraham and Jesus and Judas. So I wondered, who would I talk about today? So I thought I'd tell you my story. It's a word from me. At the Chrism Mass recently in the diocese, the annual celebration where the deacons and the priests and the bishop, we all renew our commitment to our ordination vows. And where the chrism oil that's used for blessing the newly baptized and also for blessing those who are dying is blessed. Bishop Kevin told a story about being a new bishop. At his first bishop's retreat, he was told to come a day early, and the new bishops were put with a seasoned bishop, and they talked, sort of. The question of the day was, who are you called to be? Bishop Kevin shared with us that he answered priest, father, child of God, and the question was repeated, and repeated, and repeated. And Kevin said at one point there was an uncomfortable 8-minute silence before he wondered what else to say. As I sat in the pew, my mind drifted. I don't always listen to the whole sermon. And I wondered, what am I called to be? The answer came, failure. I'm called to be a failure. I have shared with some of you that as a child, I was unable to see and read, and I'm left-handed, and that was not a good thing many decades ago. I was not able to read until about 3rd grade when I finally got my glasses, and I haven't stopped reading since. So during my first 6 to 7 years, I was a failure. But I had an angel who talked to me and listened to me rant and rave about being stupid. I don't remember the response from the imaginary voice other than what was in my own head. My first marriage ended in failure. I spent decades knowing that whatever went wrong was my fault, and that was reiterated as your fault. It was always my fault. Failure seemed to follow me or perhaps lead the way. Being called to the priesthood was a significant challenge also. Most people take about 3 to 4 years to ordination. Well, it took me about 6 years to become a deacon and another 5 to become a priest. There were many stops along the way, and yet I still felt I was called to this ministry, even through all of those failures. And remember that guardian angel, that voice kept reminding me, keep going, keep going. And when I was at the lowest of the low and ready to quit, a very clear voice said, wait. The next day, the Commission on Ministry called and wanted me to come before them again. And here I am. I believe in resurrection. I believe that God keeps God's promises. I believe that Jesus Christ is God with skin on and that we are called to live resurrected lives based on the love of God. I imagine most of us can think of some failure that we faced in our lives and some hope. And perhaps we have each experienced some kind of change to a desperate situation or an unexpected newness. A new door opens, a new opportunity presents itself. A friend calls to say, I'm thinking of you. These are little resurrections that lead us into the depth and the breadth and the openness of God's love. We are all resurrected people, thanks be to God. Each minute of our lives, we have the choice to live as if we are totally loved by a God who created the heavens and the earth. Each minute of our lives, we have the opportunity to share this with the poor and the rich, with the broken and the unbroken, with the broken and the beautiful, with the agnostics and the believers, those closest to us and those we really don't want to spend a lot of time with. Every breath comes with an inhalation. Try it. Inhale, okay. Every intake of air means we are alive. We are alive in the presence of justice and love and mercy. We are loved through every failure, loved through every incorrect decision, loved through every hurt and unkindness with a love that will not stop. This is the God who loves us in failure and in death and into resurrection and beyond, forever and ever. We cannot live as a failure in this abundance of mercy. We will not let others decide our failures. We will come out of that cave of death and enter a world of joy. Again and again and again. Thanks be to God that we are called to live resurrected lives. Amen.
Amen.
Alleluia.
Alleluia.